Welcome back everybody to the Beardmohbox YouTube channel, your number one source for this series, and sometimes, very rarely nowadays, other videos. This week we're playing against the Carolina Panthers. It's a divisional matchup, and after that we've got the Philadelphia Eagles, but it's all to play for. We could come away with the number one seed in the NFL if we win this game, or if our opponent loses this game. There's a bunch of stuff that can happen with the numbers, but we've got a chance for the number one seed in the NFC. I may have said the NFL just prior to that. But first off, we've got a message from the offensive coordinator about a Thursday game. Now, we've had this before, I think this season, I'm pretty sure it must have been this season, but we made a certain decision and it kind of backfired. We said have some more rest, and we lost the next game pretty badly. So when this decision comes up this time, surely we haven't had two Thursday night games. I think we may have had a Monday night game, I don't know. But either way, we're going to emphasize preparation this time. We tried the rest, that did not work for us. We're going to try preparation and hope that this works better for us. We've been pretty bad coming off things like bye weeks. I think that's what it was, the bye week the last time, and short weeks and things like that. So hoping here that preparation works out, because the last time we said, hey, take it easy, and that certainly did not. Now we've got two X factors, of course, with the Panthers. It's Luke Kuechly, I say of course, that won't be true next year, but it is for now. And we've got Christian McCaffrey at the running back position now. Again, we just try and slow them down. We hope we can slow them down, but really, Luke Kuechly with the turnovers is ridiculous, and Christian McCaffrey trying to keep him out of the end zone is also very tough. So hopefully, maybe we can slow them down. It's what we're going to be trying to do here. Doesn't mean we'll be able to succeed in that, but we've got to try and beat the Carolina Panthers and hold them to one or fewer rushing touchdowns. Can we do it? Let's find out. We'll get straight into this game against the division rivals, the Carolina Panthers. A win here today could see us take the number one seed in the NFC. It's a wild dream compared to previous years, but to be honest, we've got some absolutely incredible players on the team this year, including potential back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, Levante David, maybe Defensive Player of the Year, Devin White right here coming in the tackle. Of course, they were on the team before, but we have the potential for back-to-back MVP Deshaun Watson, as the Panthers here on 3rd and 13 early in the game. Can we stop them? That was pure luck that they went off the field there with a dropped pass right there. 2nd and 10, and it's Chris Godwin getting around one man and getting the first down. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, and a strong run by Darius Geis, going for about 15 there. Okay, it was 14 officially. And then on 1st and 10, looking for something, Geis getting around the outside, and Geis running open now. A great move from him to just bounce it out early in that play. Avoided a tackle and then makes it a 63-yard, if you're speaking German, 36, it's a 36-yard touchdown for Darius Geis on a great run. Wasn't even touched, but did a lot of work to get around the outside. As McCaffrey there, we tried to get him in the backfield. That didn't really work out. Now Tracy Battles, the only one who can get him, pushes him out at the 15-yard line. A big run from Christian McCaffrey. Now 1st and 10 at the 15. Going over the middle, over the top, and it's a completion in between multiple defenders. Multiple defenders we really like and trust, but they couldn't stop Thomas getting a touchdown there, the tight end. Now 1st and 10, and it's another nice run from Darius Geis, making a man miss in the middle. So a nice run, but we find ourselves on 2nd and 13 here, and Deshaun Watson finds O.J. Howard open. O.J. Howard running away from the defender, a stiff arm as he tries to tackle him, then finally taken down at the 28-yard line. A nice run by the tight end down the sideline there. Now looking up for Mike Evans, going up for it, bringing it down. Sometimes you've just got to give him a chance to make a play on the ball, throwing it up there, letting him go up above the defenders, and a touchdown, and that makes the game 14-7 right now as they find down the sideline. It's Thomas again, and it's Evans taking him down finally at the 31-yard line. A 3rd and 6 now for the Panthers, and a completed pass there, and they're inside the red zone now at the 14-yard line. 3rd and 11 they find themselves in though, but Cam Newton with no pressure finds a wide open receiver between the zones, and on 3rd and 10, waiting too long. It was not a great decision there, trying to go deep on 3rd and 10, and just standing around at the back too long is going to get you sacked. As they go for play action here, find a wide open player. After that, Cam Newton moving this offense down the field, going play action again, and it works out for them again. This time the fullback with the ball, a strong tackle by Davis, cornerback against fullback coming out on top. 3rd and 16 for the Panthers, a quick completion to Christian McCaffrey, and Levante David stops that one right there. They settle for the field goal, but it makes it 14-17, and now we've got to get something here. Deshaun Watson going to get a first down with his legs. A nice run there. 1st and 10, play action. Plenty of time in the pocket, finding a receiver. No, he doesn't find him as it's knocked out of his hands. And Dante Jackson comes up with probably the most ridiculous interception I have ever seen. He flips and catches it in the air. It's reminiscent of that Julian Edelman catch in the Super Bowl. Not quite, but kind of. And it's as good as we'll get as a comparison there. What a ridiculous interception. No one really to blame for that. You can't expect Mike Evans to do much better getting hit by Luke Kuechly before he's ever really caught the ball, as now Cam Newton tries to get something there. Gets absolutely nothing except for injured. That injury takes him out for most of this game, which means Will Greer's a quarterback. But what Christian McCaffrey does immediately, as we thought we might have an advantage, is show that this offense runs through him, not the quarterback. As Darius Guice does a good job again to get around the outside there, with some heavy pressure coming straight through the middle. Maybe we're going to have a talk with some of our interior offensive linemen as Darius Guice makes a nice run there for the first down on 2nd and 1. 3rd and 8 now. Deshaun Watson rolling all over the place, finally finding Miller. It's not maybe exactly what he wanted, but Scott Miller comes up with that catch in slightly tough circumstances. And now on 2nd and 8, Darius Guice not finding much there. The middle a little bit tough to run through right now, actually. 3rd and 9 looking for Mike Evans. He makes the catch. He's tackled at the 15-yard line, looking for the end zone. Not much time left in this first half. 42 seconds as a big hit is dished out by Luke Kuechly, but Watson eats it up, doesn't bother him whatsoever as he throws a touchdown just on the next play to Mike Evans. Makes the game 23-21, and it will enter the second half here with the ball, but unfortunately a sack there by Kawan Short as Deshaun Watson tried to leave the pocket means that we have to give the ball back to the Panthers without doing anything with that extra possession that we got. And now Will Greer, a run up the middle, just getting past everybody. This is not what we expected from him. It took the cornerbacks a long time to realize what was happening as they go for a delayed handoff here that did not work whatsoever. You're not going to fool Levante David. 3rd and 16, and they're going over the middle, finding the receiver at the back of the end zone. Will Greer surprising us with everything right now. It was a tiptoe catch. I'm not entirely sure it actually was in. We'll see there. To me, it looks like it wasn't, like his toe only went down on the white, but they reviewed it and they called it a touchdown, so it is a touchdown. Now, Mike Evans with a big catch over the middle from the 49-yard line. Darius Guice with a run and getting over the 40-yard line into the opposition half. And on 1st and 10 from the 36, play action, looking deep for Mike Evans, and he gets intercepted by Dante Jackson. Another interesting pick there. It was tipped and then caught by him, and now they have the ball back, and we shouldn't have made that decision, of course, but it could be even worse for us as we're already down 21-30 as we get away with another drop pass there helping us out. And now Deshaun Watson rolling right, throwing it back across to his left. Mike Evans wins the one-on-one right there, gets the catch, and now we're all the way down to the 28-yard line with 150-yard bomb just launched from Deshaun Watson. Now 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line, letting go of it quickly, looking for Godwin, who just can't make the catch. Almost a great touchdown. So on 3rd and 10, a delayed handoff to Darius Guice, who gets the first down. A face mask, which injures him, will take him out for the rest of the game. 1st and goal, it's a touchdown by Scott Miller, coming back for it on a quick out route. A great play from him. But we do have to talk about that injury to Darius Guice. It's a broken collarbone. We're not sure how long he'll be out, but of course, we can be sure of one thing. It's multiple weeks, and we're in the final 2 weeks of the season. 1st and 10, Deshaun Watson running the ball, getting out of bounds. A nice long run from him again. 28-30 the score. 11 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time to get back into this as Watson tries to spin away from the defender there. Doesn't quite. Still picks up a decent amount of yards. 3rd and 4, looking for Scott Miller, and it's knocked incomplete, and the attempted field goal is missed. It would have been the lead, but now it's still a 2-point deficit for the Buccaneers as Cam Newton finds an open receiver over the middle there in a soft spot of the zone. 2nd and 1, fools everybody, gets to the outside, is running strong to the 20-yard line. 2nd and 4, handing off to Christian McCaffrey, looking for a touchdown, instead losing the ball. Justin Evans forcing that one out, and Sean Murphy-Bunting bringing it out to the 10-yard line. We weren't sure if it was going to be a touchback or not, so he took it out to be safe. Christian McCaffrey just potentially fumbled the game away, or rather, Justin Evans may have just rescued this game for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 now from the 22-yard line, and it's Watson running, getting a nice block from Chris Godwin, all the way down to the 49-yard line, over 70 yards rushing on the day for Watson, and he wants more. He keeps going. And he must have a concussion. He did this last week, and he's done it again. He doesn't know how to slide. I just don't understand it. Obviously, I'm just trying to keep some realism here. It's obvious that I cannot slide. I'm an idiot. But now we've got a chance, but a huge deficit to come back. 28-37. Deshaun Watson launching this one for Godwin, who makes the catch. One-on-one against the cornerback, he'll come out on top most times. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Watson under some pressure, but manages to let that one go, and it is caught by Godwin for another first down. 1st and 10 from the 15, looking over the middle to O.J. Howard, who walks backwards into the end zone for that touchdown. I've not seen that happen before. Just tiptoeing in backwards against a former collegiate teammate, Clinton Dix. So now with less than 2 minutes left in the game, a 2-point deficit. We have to stop him on a 3rd and 2. Christian McCaffrey gets through the middle, leaves us with 10 seconds here in this game, and we can't even let go of the ball. Deshaun Watson is sacked by Kawan Shaw, and that will end this game. Disappointing, but Darius Guice at least gets upgraded. But the negative to that is the fact that he's injured. Noah Spence and Malcolm Tyson as well. Those are 2 pretty big upgrades. And amazingly, somehow, we did it. We clinched the number 1 seed, and we've basically got a free game to play against the Eagles. But I'm not happy with current form, especially not after that game. So we come up to this message about should we rest or start our key players, and it's actually just about Mike Evans. And what I'm going to go for is saying, well, actually, I say we plan to... Yeah, we agree to rest him, but actually I'm thinking we're going to put him out there until we feel like, okay, they're in a good place, and then we'll take him out. I'm thinking 3-4 drives or so if everything goes well for us against the Eagles. But we do have the number 1 seed in the NFC. We're running into the playoffs with a bye, with the potential MVP, with the potential Defensive Player of the Year, with a potential Defensive Rookie of the Year. All of these things we will, of course, see after the game if they came true. Also depends on how well the game goes. But now let's take a look at the X Factor player in this game. It's Fletcher Cox, and I feel like what's been a bit of a weak point recently has been the offensive line. They've been starting to get a little bit worse. Run blocking through the middle's been a little bit bad. Of course, taking sacks, you could blame where the quarterback is stood, but also a really good offensive line wouldn't make that as much of an issue as we go into this game against the Eagles, hoping that Fletcher Cox doesn't cause us too many problems. And we see here the superstar kick returner for the Eagles getting stopped straight away by Stewart Jr., short of the 25-yard line. But the Eagles not waiting long to start moving the ball downfield over the 50-yard line with that run. 2nd and 10 now. Wentz with time in the pocket looking for his receiver, finding him as he steps out of bounds after a nice catch. So now 2nd and 4 from the 23. Wentz again with not too much pressure, but it's starting to collapse on him. And now there comes the newly upgraded Noah Spence for the sack. 3rd and 12 it sets up. Wentz looking to the left, finding a receiver open. It's Alshon Jeffrey for the first down. 1st and 10 from the 17. It's a completion to that superstar who gets into the end zone and scores the touchdown as Watson is in some trouble. Interior pressure, and it is Fletcher Cox with the sack. 3rd and 21. Watson stepping up a little bit, letting go of the ball, looking for Watson. Unfortunately, not able to bring it in. Not the best placed ball either, and the Eagles are back with the football and making a man miss. It's Michaels over the 40, over the 30. Only Tracy Battle chasing over the 20. Stopped finally at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 10 now, and getting a first down there on that catch. It's close, but it is enough. 2nd and goal from the 2, and Levante David comes in for the sack, taking down Wentz, setting up a 3rd and goal from the 9. Wentz with some time, but now the pressure through the middle. Vita Vea. No, it's not. It's Raheem Lindsley knocking that one out. Both of our defensive tackles have been very good this season as Watson launches one downfield for Chris Godwin. As the Eagles, of course, I should say, settled for a field goal. A 42-yard reception there. 2nd and 7 now. Watson rolling out to the right, looking to pass. Keith's looking to pass, finds Chris Godwin over the 10, down to the 5, and just stopped at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, giving that ball to our new starting running back, Walter Nelson, and he has no problem with the pressure there on that run. Gets the touchdown, and now 1st and 10 for the Eagles, and they get a reception there. That's not a pass you expect them to hold on to as Tracy Battle comes downhill and hits the receiver, but now Shaquille Barrett with a nice sack on Wentz. 3rd and 8 from the 44. Wentz looking down the left sideline. Evans went for the ball, but rather than trying to high point it, he tries to come behind Alshon Jeffrey, who catches it and runs into the end zone untouched. Now Watson, he still has a concussion from last week or the week before or whenever he stopped being able to slide. And this could cost the team big, already down 17-7, but Barrett coming in with another sack. And luckily, they missed the field goal and get no points from that, so we can ignore the fact that that ever happened. It didn't happen. 3rd and 10 now for Watson. He's running again, and now everyone's just holding their breath, hoping he doesn't dive into defenders again, and he doesn't. He runs out of bounds. 2nd and 10, a wide open Chris Godwin there sitting between the zones, getting a catch, being stopped at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 6, Watson trying to look for Howard here and just getting knocked incomplete. A nice try, but the score 17-10 now, and now that star receiver on the outside getting a nice completion for the first down. 3rd and 7, it's Wentz. He throws left, completes to Zach Ertz, and gets the first down. 3rd and 3, a little bit of pressure, and it is Anthony Nelson. We swapped out the starters from the defense as this game was not going well enough to really think anything was coming back without them playing the whole game, but the offensive starters are still out there, and Mike Evans is still out there, and he catches the ball, and he runs away from everyone and stopped at the 1-yard line with 13 seconds left in the first half. Can we get some redemption here to finish off this first half? It's 17-10. We can go in all tied up, looking for Chris Godwin, and he's blocked by a defensive lineman. And it's just ridiculous. We don't even need to talk about it. 17-10 is the score. And now Alshon Jeffrey with a completion there, a missed tackle. Poole never is able to catch up to him. He gets close but just completely misses. And Alshon Jeffrey scores a touchdown. And we'll just finish there because they scored one extra field goal. That's our last play of the game. And the game ended there. It ended at 27-10. So Kyle Harris, Tracy Battle get some upgrades, which is nice. But now let's take a look at what's important. After that terrible game, let's take a look at how the season ended with the stats. I know it's a bit all fast-paced here, but we just wanted to get out of that game and get into the playoffs and look at the positives of this season as Deshaun Watson finished 3rd in yards, but 1st in touchdowns. 41 touchdowns, 21 interceptions is too many, but it's not that bad if you throw in 41 touchdowns. 63% completion percentage could, of course, also be better. But let's take a look at the rushing and let's see where Darius Geis ended up. He was 2nd, potentially could have been 1st if he was healthy for that last game and the half of the other game, but we're happy with that. He scored 12 touchdowns. That's really good as well. Now, we won't be seeing Walter Nelson on this list, and we'll be checking the individual stats at the end of the season in the off-season episode as we take a look at receiving. First in the NFL, it's Mike Evans with 1,329 yards. 19 touchdowns was also good for best in the league. And now we look at blocking. Not really. There's going to be nobody there, apart from maybe most sacks allowed. And then we go to defense, and it's Lavonte David with 152 tackles, besting the next best at 135. Lavonte David, you can lock him in as your defensive player of the year. We will, of course, check the official end of the year awards after this, but Lavonte David has been ridiculous this season, being only better than his last season where he was defensive player of the year. And now if we look down a little bit, we'll see the name Devin White with 126 tackles. I'm sure at some point I'll highlight him. And we move down to Kenny Young. That's not very interesting at all. 15.5 sacks as well for Lavonte David. It's ridiculous. 2 interceptions. Devin White with only 4 sacks. So it is Lavonte David himself that's playing well, not just middle linebackers in our system. But Devin White with 4 interceptions. What a dynamic pair as we see here. The MVP of the league is Deshaun Watson back-to-back, but no Coach of the Year award for Bruce Arians. Which, to be fair, if you have the MVP of the league playing at quarterback and the Defensive Player of the Year playing at middle linebacker, it's probably right that you were expected to get the first seed. And there we go, we knew it already. Lavonte David getting Defensive Player of the Year. Devin White coming in at number 2 behind him. No Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't even know if we would have had... Well, we had a couple of linemen, but they were never going to win that award. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Tracy Battle getting it ahead of Lincoln Bailey. Now, he did play well, get a lot of decent number of tackles and some interceptions. We saw their best quarterback. It was, of course, our quarterback. Then Mike Evans winning best wide receiver. And you have to go pretty far to find Chris Godwin at number 7, but that's not bad to have number 1 and number 7 on your team. Ali Marpet at number 5 here for best O-line, which is pretty fair. He may be the only one we ever really noticed this season playing well. And Vita Vea in a contract year was the 7th best defensive lineman in the NFC. Lavonte David getting best linebacker, which isn't a surprise. The best defensive back, surprising to see Sean Murphy-Bunting at number 3 there. It's nice to see. Best kicker, we're not on there, and who cares about that? As we finish this episode, the next episode will be playoff games, which we've been waiting for so long. At least ones where we have an actual chance of winning.